Yo, you finally got your hands on the Flipper Zero. You've seen the videos, you've heard the hype, and now this little powerful gadget is sitting right in front of you. The big question is, now what? Well, I'm Jay Blanks, and in the next few minutes, we're going to go from the absolute basics, like getting the MicroSD card in and updating the software, all the way to your first couple of ethical hacks. By the end of this, you'll be able to control most TVs in the room and read RFID signals like a pro. Let's get started. But before we dive in and start hacking the planet, we've got to get the most important rule out of the way, the disclaimer. Look, the Flipper Zero is an incredible, powerful tool for learning, security research, and testing things. It's meant for you to mess with devices and systems that you own or have clear written permission to test. Using this for any sketchy or illegal activities can land you in serious trouble. This whole channel and this video are for educational purposes only. We're all about ethical hacking here, learning how things work so we can help make them more secure. Okay, now that we've got that covered, let's get into it. Alright, first things first, let's get this little guy ready for action. When you unbox your Flipper, you'll find the device and a USB-C cable. But before you even power it on, there's one step you absolutely can't skip. You need a MicroSD card. While the Flipper will technically power on without one, it's practically useless. The SD card is where everything is stored. Firmware updates, databases, saved remotes, keys, cards, all the fun stuff. People always ask what kind of card to get. Now, the official docs say it supports up to 256 gigabytes, but honestly, a quality 16 gig or 32 gig is plenty. The keywords here though are good quality. Don't cheap out on some no-name card. Stick with a brand you trust, like SanDisk or Samsung. So many beginner errors come from using a cheap or unreliable SD card. Now, getting it in can be a little tricky if you don't have nails. The slot is at the bottom. You need to hold the card with the metal pins facing up toward the Flipper screen and then slide it in. You'll feel it stop, but it's not in yet. You need to push it in a little further until you hear a solid click. When it's right, it'll sit flush with the body. If it's sticking out, it's not locked in. With the SD card in, it's time to bring our little cyber dolphin to life. Press and hold the back button for a few seconds. Then the screen will light up and you'll meet the Flipper's mascot. The Flipper's mascot isn't just for looks, it's a Tamagotchi style pet that grows and reacts as you use the device. So right now, mine is upset because I haven't used the Flipper that much recently. But we're powered on and we're almost ready to hack. But the software your Flipper came with is more than likely out of date. See, the Flipper team is constantly pushing out new updates, bigger databases, and bug fixes. Updating the firmware is the best thing you can do to make sure your device is stable and has all the latest tricks. For beginners, I really recommend sticking with the official stable firmware for a while. It can do almost everything you need, and it's the best way to get a feel for the device before you start exploring custom firmware. You can update two ways, with the Flipper mobile app over Bluetooth or with the Q Flipper desktop app on your computer. We're going to use Q Flipper today since it's a super reliable method and a great tool to know. Now, go to flipperzero.1/downloads and scroll down to download the Q Flipper app. Now, connect your Flipper Zero to your computer, and the Q Flipper app should see your device right away. On the main screen, you'll see info about your Flipper, including its current firmware. Click on the gear icon and then make sure this is set to release. Now go back to the info icon and then simply click install. And then click update. The good news is QFlipper does all the work for you. It downloads the latest software, moves it to your Flipper's SD card, and installs it. Just let it do its thing and don't unplug it until it says it's finished. Your Flipper will reboot and then you'll be running the latest and greatest software. Alright, the setup's complete. Let's get to the good stuff. Now that the firmware is updated, it's time to get our first win. We're going to start with one of the most fun and useful features on the Flipper, the infrared remote. Now, every remote for your TV, AC, or stereo sends signals using invisible infrared light. The Flipper has a powerful IR tool that can learn those signals, save them, and then blast them out just like the original remote. So basically you can turn your Flipper into a universal remote for almost anything. Let's get into it. On your Flipper, click the center button and then scroll down to get to infrared and then click the center button again. Now you'll see a few options. We want the one called Learn New Remote. Click on it. The screen will tell you to point the remote at the IR port and push a button. So go and grab your TV remote, aim it at the Flipper, and press the power button. You'll see the Flipper instantly recognize the signal. It'll ask you to either send the signal again as an emulated, or you can save it right away. So click write and then save it as power. POWER and then click save. Now you can use your Flipper to turn on and off your TV. And the best part is you can add more buttons to this virtual remote. So here I press the up button and then I can save it as up. You just cloned your first remote. You can do this with a whole pile of remotes and just carry the Flipper. Now, I don't have any RFID cards laying around, so for our second win, we're going to play with the world of NFC. Now, NFC is everywhere. Office key cards, apartment fobs, even pet microchips. It works with a card or tag that gets read by a nearby reader. So click the center button again and then scroll down and click NFC. Now simply choose the read option and the Flipper is now listening for a card. Take a simple NFC card or fob that you have permission to test, like for your own office or apartment, and hold it flat against the back of the Flipper. In a few seconds, the Flipper will show you the card's protocol and its unique ID number. That's it. You just read the card's data. From here, you can save it to your SD card by clicking more and then clicking save. For now, we'll hit save again. And now if we click on the card, we can choose to emulate it. Now the Flipper is pretty much pretending to be that card. If you hold it up to the original reader, the door will open thinking it's the real card. This is an incredibly powerful way to show how some security systems can be bypassed. And just like that, you've gone from unboxing a device to controlling your TV and reading access cards. Seriously, we've barely scratched the surface here. We haven't even touched on sub-gigahertz signals for things like garage doors or the infamous bad USB feature that can pretend to be a keyboard and type commands on a computer. There's a whole world of things to explore with the Flipper Zero, from analyzing weird radio signals to interacting with I-button keys. This really is the ultimate multi-tool for anyone who's curious about the wireless world all around us. Now, if you enjoyed this guide and you're excited to learn more, you know what to do. hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Flipper Zero tutorials and ethical hacking projects. Drop a comment below and let me know, what was the very first thing you did with your Flipper? Or if you're about to get one, what are you most excited to try? I'm Jay Blanks. Thanks for watching. Peace.